Hey everyone, it's Sarah, and today I am back with another Chatty Get Ready With Me or weekly catch up. As always, I'm gonna jump right in. So I hope you guys have all had an amazing start to the week, or I should say week, it's Friday. I'm gonna start by using my Becca and Smashbox under eye corrector. This is the best under eye corrector on the market, in my opinion. I do get asked about this pretty often. I will say Catrice makes a dupe of this, and from what I've seen, like I've watched comparison videos, from what I've seen it is like a spot on one-for-one dupe, and it's $6. This is like 26 or 30 something dollars. This is really expensive. I picked mine up from Ulta during a 21 days of beauty sale, so I got it for half off. But yeah, just grab the Catrice one. I think you have to order from the Catrice website. I don't know if they sell Catrice. They used to sell it at Ulta, but they don't sell it at Ulta anymore. So you do have to order it off the Catrice website, but it's worth it to get a corrector that is exactly like this for $6. When I run out of, which it'll be a very long time before I run out of this because I only do my makeup once a week. But when I do run out of this, I will definitely pick up the Catrice one if they still are making it by then, and I bet they will be because this is it's a really popular product. That's why it's like literally the only product left from Becca, from the defunct makeup brand, because this under eye powder or this under eye corrector was it's just so good. I mean, it's just the best I've ever used. Okay, I'm gonna go in with my e.l.f. Halo Glow. So anyways, yeah, I got off of true crime this week. I have to take a break. I think it's gonna be a little while before I can even go back to any kind of true crime because revisiting the Scott Peterson case just like took a toll on me, and then watching that Oscar Pistorius documentary, it all just took a toll on me. That is like heavy stuff. But anyways, so my husband, this is so funny because I was like, I loved the Game of Thrones. I read all the books, and I of course watched the show, every season of the show, and I loved it. But I'm one of those people that's pretty unhappy that the books were never finished. I think he claims he's still working on the last book, which I think is called The Winds of Winter. But I'm not holding my breath. And yeah, so anyways, when The House of Dragon came out, I was like, I'm not watching it because I'm like still salty over Game of Thrones. Number one, how it ended. Number two, the fact that the books never got finished. Because I could have dealt with how the series was ended if I would have gotten the last book, because the series doesn't follow the books really, which I kind of like because you kind of get two different. It's like you're in the same world, but you're having two different experiences. So I always kind of liked that the books were different from the show, but just the fact that I hated how the show ended, and then I didn't have the book to, redeem it. I was just like, I was like, no, I'm not gonna get into House of Dragon. I don't want to. I'm like still salty over all of it. I'm not gonna do it. So my husband watched The House of Dragon probably like a year and a half ago, and I successfully completely avoided it. I was like, no, I don't wanna watch it. He kept trying to get me to watch it with him, and I was like, no, I don't wanna watch it. And I made it through round one without getting sucked in. But then I guess season 2 just came out, so he was like, I'm gonna subscribe to Max or whatever, HBO, so I can watch season 2, but I want to rewatch season 1 so I can kind of have a refresher on it. And I made it like, I don't know how many episodes, and I'm gonna still have to go back and rewatch like the first few episodes, but I came in like halfway through the first season and I got freaking sucked in, and I did not want to, but it's really, really good. Yeah, it's really good. And well, the first season was really good. I don't know how I feel about how it's going. I have read some stuff that George R.R. Martin was not happy with season 2 after the second episode because they killed off a really main character. So now that's another thing. I was like, I'm never reading another George R.R. Martin book again because I don't want to get sucked in and then not have, not be able to read everything because he's just never gonna publish it. So now I've got the freaking book on its way. I requested it from the library. Yeah, so now I'm like sucked back in. Now we're gonna go back and rewatch the Game of Thrones, but I'm interested because a lot of people are saying that the House of Dragon is not following the book, like that it went off the rails after the second episode in season 2. So now I just out of sheer curiosity, I have to read the book. And another reason why I didn't want to watch it was because I just don't like, and people get so mad at me when I say stuff like this, but I just don't like overly hedonistic stuff. Like I just don't want to sit and watch overly hedonistic behavior out of people. I don't like superfluous violence and sex and I just don't like it. It's just not, that's just not where I want to be focusing my energy and my time, and, I just don't enjoy it. So that's another reason, because Game of Thrones obviously is way overly hedonistic. And so I really didn't want to get, and it also kind of stresses me out because all the violence really stresses me out. Gosh, so I don't know how I got sucked in, but I did. But I really enjoyed it. It was actually like really good. But now, because everybody says that that the show is not following the book at all, of course, now I feel like I have to read the book. So got the book on the way, which I'm not gonna lie, I am a little bit excited to kind of get back into the Game of Thrones universe because I actually really enjoy it. And the history of the Targaryens is actually super interesting. So yeah, that's what I've been doing all week. I've been binge watching when I am not working. I've been binge watching the House of Dragons. And I haven't really been reading because I'm in a massive reading slump. Like I went into a reading slump and then I came out of a reading slump because I read 2 really good books, one called We Used to Live Here and the new Josh Malerman book, which I'm like obsessed with Josh Malerman. I just love his books. I love his writing. But because of that, I'm like in a reading slump again because they were so good, and I just don't think that I'm gonna I'm just like having trouble finding books like that are good. I've got one, it's on hold for me at the library right now, I think it's called Horror Movie or something. It's a new one from Paul Tremblay. So it's a horror book, and I'm glad that I requested it before like spooky season made it impossible to get. So I'm kind of excited to read that one because I think that that's what it is I'm just kind of in like a spooky season, ready to like read horror and stuff. And so I have the book called The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, and I tried to start that, because I keep getting all these books from the freaking library, and I've got like a million books of my own that I own that I need to read. I'm gonna use this is the Earth Angel Forest-Scope Bronze Blush and Highlight Palette from Benefit. I haven't used this in a super long time, and I think I'm wearing like an orange and navy blue dress today, so I think I'll probably mix the two blushes, which will make kind of like a nice coral blush. But anyways, yeah, I think it's called Horror Movie or something like that. It's from Paul Tremblay, which is the guy that wrote, I think the book is called Knock at the Cabin Door, but they made it into a movie on Prime called Cabin at the End of the World, which was actually a really good, well, I don't want to say it was really good. I enjoyed it. It was an entertaining movie. So yeah, and I've got a Joma Shop cart going because I had somebody ask me to test a perfume from, I've never smelled anything from this house, I think, and I don't even know how to say the name correctly, Laura Biagatti, I think is how you say it, but he asked me to test just the original Laura Biagatti EDT perfume, which, reading the reviews, it looks like a lot of people say it's like a super unisex perfume. So I'm really interested, and a lot of people say it's like very vintage leaning. I think it came out in the 80s or something. It does get compared to Dune, to Christian Dior Dune. So I am super, super excited to try it. So anyways, I needed to order that perfume, and so I was like, let me just make a whole cart and get some other fragrances. I have found like some Middle Eastern fragrances that I'm gonna grab. A couple from Paris Corner, one from Lattafa, and then tomorrow Ulta is doing their 21 Days of Beauty. And tomorrow they have one of the steals is going to be Black Opium Le Parfum. You better believe I am snatching that up. I am so excited because I have been waiting to pick it up because it's like super expensive, and I just don't want to pay over $100 for it because, I don't know, I love it, but I don't love it that much. So to be able to get it half off, I am so stoked. So I'm like gonna jump on there and grab that first thing tomorrow. Okay, let's do some blush here. So I've got some like little fall decorations up. I'm working on this little corner because I didn't realize like how much of this corner you can see behind me. So I'm working on some like decorations. I'm gonna put some little decorations. I think I'm gonna do like a little table back there with like a little holiday scape for each, you know, just like for the holidays or whatever. Okay, I think I'm gonna just start with the Georgia blush first and just see what that does. The Benefit blushes smell so good. Yeah, I think I like that by itself. It's really pretty. It's like this really beautiful kind of warm, glowy orange. So yeah, Charlotte wanted to watch, she had to see the House of Dragon too. So that's the thing, my husband and I are sitting there like fast forwarding through all of the inappropriate stuff, which we don't care because we don't really love to sit there and watch it either. So it's not like, you know, we don't feel like we're missing anything, but yeah, Charlotte is like super into it, and now she's wanting to watch through Game of Thrones, which Game of Thrones is like worse when it comes to that stuff. Not when it comes to the violence. I feel like the House of Dragon was more violent than well, I don't know. They're both just super violent, just super like hedonistic behavior. And I'm not gonna lie, I just don't love it. But I do really enjoy both the shows. So yeah, so anyways, we're like doing a family watch through of Game of Thrones, which has been nice because Charlotte she just really enjoys it. She loved the House of Dragon though, because there were dragons in it. And right now there aren't any dragons in Game of Thrones yet. But I love it because I love how everything is tying in. I love how the original king, I don't know, Varys, was his name Varys? I don't know. But the king, the first king that's in the House of Dragon, and he talks about the history, and he talks about prophecy and the prince that was promised, and just all of the things that ends up coming to pass in Game of Thrones, basically what the entire season or the entire Game of Thrones series is about. That's one thing though, because George R.R. Martin is like not, from what I understand, is not super happy with how the House of Dragon has gone, because, you know, he doesn't do anything by accident. So the characters that he puts in there, like, they all play a part, especially like the main ones, you know, the royals and the main ones in the different houses and things. So the fact that they killed off one of like somebody who he deemed to be very important, that's like a problem. So I don't know. I just they did that in Game of Thrones too, though. And not that they necessarily killed off main characters, but actually they did. They killed off Catelyn Stark, and she, you know, her storyline went completely different in the books. And I was really sad that the show didn't follow her storyline. But anyways, enough of that. I have started Charlotte back to school. So we're back at it with homeschooling. She hates it. She hates school so much. She's just one of those kids that does not enjoy school. And it used to upset me, because that's just completely opposite of me. I loved school. Like, I'm one of those people that I could have gone to school my whole life and I would have been happy. I never liked the social aspects of school, but I've always loved the academic aspects of school. So I always loved it, and like, I just can't, it's just hard for me to wrap my brain around the fact that I have a child that hates it, detests it, can't stand it. And it makes me so sad. So I think at this point, now that she's starting to get older, I really need to focus my time and energy on things that she is interested in. And she does take after her mother in that she is interested in history, which I am super, super excited about. So I think that I'll just, you know, be a little bit more heavy on right now it's more like social studies rather than history because she's still pretty young, but I'll just go heavier on the social studies aspect and then hope that makes her happy. Okay, I'm gonna use my eyeshadow primer here. It's been like a super boring week. I haven't done anything except for watch that show, which I watched I still have to go back and watch the first, like, I don't know, 3 or 4 episodes of season 1. But yeah, that's basically all I have been doing. I haven't really been reading. I'm not paying attention to any kind of true crime stuff right now because I just need a mental break from it. I went to Dollar Tree and I got Dollar Tree is my happy place. It's starting to get to where they've got they're getting so much fun stuff in, especially their little decorations and stuff. I got some really cute little Halloween decorations. I got some Beetlejuice socks, which are super fun. Yeah, I've just been having so much fun with Dollar Tree. I try to go at least once a week. Hand soaps. I got some super cute little Halloween hand soaps. I'm so ready for fall. As you can see, I'm like ready for fall. Okay, this is the eyeshadow I'm gonna be, actually, I'm gonna go into my face palette and I'm just gonna use this bronzer in my crease just for like a bit of a transition. Going back to Game of Thrones though, it's so funny because I forgot how much I absolutely detest Cersei. And it's funny, my husband, we were watching it last night and I said something like, oh my gosh, I can't stand her because I really don't like her at all. And my husband was like, yeah, I forgot how vile she is. It was so funny. And she is vile. Her character is absolutely like wretched. Her and Jamie in the first season are just awful. You guys will have to let me know if there are any Game of Thrones fans watching. I know that there are because, oh my gosh, I remember like when it was airing just how popular it was. Like everybody watched Game of Thrones. I'm trying to remember trying to think about any glitch in the matrix stories that I've heard this last week on TikTok. That's another thing, you guys. Let me know if any of you follow me on TikTok. Would you be interested in me just like talking about my random thoughts? I usually don't talk about my thoughts and opinions because though I do fall very much in like the middle still pisses a lot of people off. If you don't stand tall for one side or the other, it makes people mad. And so I just try to not give my opinion or talk at all because, you know, I'm not trying to alienate anybody. It's not worth that to me because I'm not like I don't know if that makes sense, but just let me know if you guys do follow me on TikTok if you want me to, because there's so many like random thoughts that I have throughout the day that I'm like, I would love to like talk to other people about these random thoughts, but you know, I don't know if people would be interested or what. I have finally gotten my skincare, because I do talk a little bit about skincare on my TikTok channel. I want my TikTok to just be kind of more random. I don't want to specifically like, I don't know, I would love to just make it a place where, you know, I just talk like about things that interest me, like glitch in the matrix stories, weird stuff that I've seen in the news, kind of like how my other channel used to be, but more but you know, in a little bit of a shorter format. But I also would love to do like product reviews and stuff like that because I'm always like buying stuff, and I just want it to be a little bit more random and not so like specific, not like this channel is. I was scared to even start uploading these Chatty Get Ready With Me videos on this channel because I was like, oh, I don't know if people are gonna, you know, people follow me for my perfume content. I don't know if they're gonna want to follow me for, you know, like listen to me ramble. I don't know. Okay, this is the eyeshadow that I'm gonna use. This is one of ColourPop's Super Shock shadows, and this is called Lightning Bug. This is a really beautiful copper. Oh, we're gonna see how this goes. Sometimes copper looks really bad on me and sometimes it's okay. So we're gonna try it out. But anyways, all that to say that I have finally kind of gotten my skincare dialed in, which I'm so happy about. My skin has been looking really, really good. Like don't get me wrong, I do still have like little breakouts every once in a while. But for the most part, it's been good. Like my skin's been good and actually really behaving, which I'm so happy for because golly, I've been through it with my skin. There was a time, and I don't know if it was the retinol or the tretinoin. I don't know. I don't know if I started using that kind of right around the same time that my maybe my body chemistry changed, or my hormones massively fluctuated, which is what made my body chemistry change. Like, I'm not completely sure. Or if it was the retinol that triggered that. I just don't know. But all I know is that it was awful, because there was a time where I literally, like, I couldn't put anything on my skin. Literally every single thing I put on my skin was it was breaking me out so badly. I quit using any form of retinol for a super long time. Now I like gradually worked it back in, but I got a really, almost like a very beginner retinol serum. I got the Bliss retinol serum, and I've been using that, and it's actually a really beautiful serum. Like, it actually clears my skin up. It hasn't broken me out at all. It's been super, like a super good serum. I think I'm gonna keep using like a really minimal, very low grade retinol. I'm gonna try the Cocoa Kind one next, I think. In fact, I think it says like beginner retinol or something. I'm gonna try that one next time, and then if my skin still seems like it's doing fine, then I might work up to like a little bit of a stronger retinol. But I don't necessarily know that you need a really strong retinol. I think that the mild ones do just fine, like they have been for me. So I don't know. I almost feel like, what's the point? You don't really need a super strong retinol. It's almost like the mild ones work just fine. I did start to watch, I think my eyeshadow looks fine, but I'm gonna see, do I like this? I don't know. I can't tell if I like it or not. I don't know if I should add some dimension or just kind of leave it. Let me tightline and we'll see how I'm feeling after that. I think I'm actually gonna do black mascara today. I feel like this eyeshadow needs something to ground it. But anyways, I'm just gonna tightline. Anyways, I started watching that Netflix series called, I think it's called The Perfect Couple. And I think I assumed that it was based off of a book, and it might be. I'm not totally sure. It's got Nicole Kidman and Liev Schreiber and Dakota Fanning, and the girl that was in that crazy movie called Behind Her Eyes, that was based on a book, and it was, oh my gosh, it was so good. But I really started watching it because of Dakota Fanning and the girl from Behind Her Eyes. If they weren't in it, I probably would not watch it, because I am not a fan of Nicole Kidman, not a fan of Liev Schreiber. So yeah, but I made it through like half of the first episode, and then I turned it off because it seems kind of dumb to me. It's like set in Nantucket. That's another reason why I watched it, because I always like to see, I don't know, I like to watch stuff that's like filmed on location. But I turned it off because I'm like not loving it. But I think I'm gonna come back to it because I don't know, it keeps like stuff about it keeps coming up on my TikTok feed, and I feel like I just maybe didn't give it a good enough chance. Let me know if any of you guys have watched it and if it's worth continuing with. I'm probably not going to go back to it until after we get through all 8 seasons of Game of Thrones, so this video will go up and you guys can tell me if it's worth watching it before I get back to it. I'm going to just darken right on the very outer corner, right at the lash line, just to deepen it up a tiny bit. I will say, I think it's super weird to see Nicole Kidman with Liev Schreiber, who her like best friend Naomi Watts was married to for ages and has children with. I'm not gonna lie, I do find it to be strange. And I know, you know, they're just acting, but still, I think it's a little bit weird. It would be weird to act with my best friend's ex-husband, you know? Like, I don't know, I just find it to be odd. But anyways, speaking of celebrities, somebody asked me ages ago to do a, I'm gonna put a little bit of highlighter right in my inner corner just to brighten up a little bit, and maybe up on under my brow. And I'm just gonna use the highlighter. It's called Cookie. It might be Benefit's best highlighter that they've ever made. I really love it. But anyway, somebody asked me ages ago to do a video talking about fragrances that celebrities wear, and I hate celebrities, so I was like, oh, I don't really care what celebrities wear. But I got to researching it a little bit, and it's just kind of interesting to see, because like a lot of them wear the same types of fragrances. And Byredo, I think I mentioned this in my last Chatty Get Ready With Me, that Byredo is like a celebrity favorite. A lot of celebrities really like Byredo. And I think I said that, you know, I think Byredo's fine. I don't think they have the most interesting fragrances on the planet, but I will say I think Gypsy Water is an iconic fragrance at this point. Like, absolutely. If I had Gypsy Water, I would have put it in my iconic fragrance video for sure, because I definitely think it's iconic. That, and I should have included Not a Perfume from Juliet Has a Gun, which I feel like has reached icon status at this point because it's been around for so long. But yeah, so I'm gonna finally do that video this week. I'm gonna do the soft vanilla video this week. I'm gonna do a fall transition video this week because it's time. It's after September 1st. We're rapidly approaching autumn. So I'll do that video. Yeah, and then probably one more. But yeah, if any of you guys follow me on TikTok, let me know what kind of stuff you would like to see. Would you like to see product reviews, skincare routines? Like, you know, would you like me to do more of these Chatty Get Ready With Me's, but like in a quicker format on TikTok? I don't know. I'm like having a really hard time. Short form content is not easy for me. And that's really what it boils down to. So I'm having a hard time being more active on TikTok, which I would love to be, because I would love to grow my TikTok, because I actually really enjoy creating content on TikTok because it's way easier than YouTube. Like, short form content is much easier to create than long form content. So I really want to do it. It's fun. I need to like figure out, I need to slide into a routine somehow. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Kind of like when I started YouTube. You know, I started YouTube talking about makeup and like TJ Maxx hauls and different things like that. But eventually, you know, I settled on perfume, and once I kind of settled on perfume, that's what was comfortable for me. That was like, okay, this is the content I want to create. I really enjoy creating this content. I love talking about perfume. I'm a lifelong perfume lover and wearer, and I buy and test a lot of perfume, so it was just kind of like a natural thing to, I don't know, do perfume content. But I haven't found that like niche on TikTok yet, if that makes sense. I have a super interesting TikTok feed though, so I've thought about just, you know, talking about some of the crazy stuff I see on TikTok, because I really do have a very interesting TikTok feed. I have a lot of really interesting stuff that comes up. It's so funny. I've been doing my mascara the way that Charlotte has told me I need to do it, which is to just put mascara on the outer lashes, on the bottom. And I have really been enjoying that. I do think it looks really good. I need to like get my diet under control again. I did keto for like a long time, kind of low carb. I should say I did low carb. I did keto for a little while, and then I just switched over to kind of like low carb, and quit being so like hardcore with keto. Okay, I'm gonna do this lip combination today. I don't know if this is gonna look good or not, but I've got this. This is such an old lip liner. This is from the Estee Edit, which is like a very long discontinued branch of Estee Lauder, but this is called the Barest Contour Lip Liner. And this is in the shade In the Buff. And then I'm gonna use my Tower 28 gloss. I think that this might be a good combination. But anyways, oh Lordy, I forgot what I was talking about. This happens to me all the time. Well, that's lost to history because I don't know. Oh yeah, that's another video I'm gonna do. I don't know if I'm gonna get it this week, but somebody suggested doing a video on kind of like scenting history, since I love history so much. And I thought that would be so fun. Like I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do like a perfume for each kind of era, all the way from like Egyptians kind of up, and then once we get into like the 1900s, then doing a fragrance for each decade, which I think is going to be super fun. I also started watching that show on Netflix. See, because I'll put stuff on in the background when I'm sitting at the computer working. I'll just put stuff on in the background. That's kind of what I did with The Perfect Couple, which I just didn't like it. And then I also put on The 3 Body Problem, which I'd heard really good things about. I'm not gonna lie, I don't love it. I really don't love it. I think I'm gonna see it through though. I think I am gonna try to finish it. I think I'm on episode like 3 or 4. I don't know. I'm not loving it. Oh, I forgot how good these Tower 28, what are these? Lip oils or lip jelly? Oh, they're so good. But yeah, besides YouTube, I do data annotation, and then, which I have to sit at the computer a lot. And then I do, obviously I have to edit these videos and upload them. So I end up spending a lot of time sitting at the computer, and I just like to have something on in the background to kind of, I don't know, keep me a little bit entertained. But anyways, you guys, ooh, that is makeup done. I don't know if I love it or not. I think it's okay. The sun is coming in. It's so nice. But happy fall, everybody. I'm so excited. It's finally here. You can see back here, I've got my little pumpkin hanging, saying fall, sweet fall. It's so cute. I'm gonna get a little like table to put right there in the corner so I can put some like little decorations on it. I just think it'll be fun to have like a little holiday scape going on. I'm not great at decorating, but I'll do my best. But anyways, you guys, I do hope that you all enjoyed this. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.